and welcome to the Nuclear Reactor channel, and today we'll be reacting to part 3 of Masacock's What If Raditz Was Good. I've liked watching this with y'all, and if there's anything else y'all would like me to watch besides this, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'm glad to have earned 2 more subscribers since last. So thank you, let's get started.
Well, what else can Raditz do, Masako? Well,
Oh, Masako. Not Masacock, whatever.
Hey guys, Masako X here, and you know what time it is? It's time for another What If Week! I whetted your appetites a couple of weeks ago with a What If lightning round, but today we're here for the main course, as we delve deep into part 3 of an unexpectedly popular What If scenario. What if Raditz turned good? I had no idea that this What If would become so popular with you, and it's my pleasure to try and guess what would happen to this particular character if the certain events that have happened before would happen in the DBZ storyline. I could have easily said, oh, he was weak and then just threw him out of the show, kind of what I did in part 1, but that would be too easy. So, as some of you stated, I had to what if the what if. So, without further ado, let's get back into the action. Last time we were on planet Namek as Goku's fight with Frieza commenced. Before Goku rocked up to the party though, Vegeta and Raditz together were able to hold off Frieza while he was at 2% power. That might not sound
2%.
really that good, but considering what Frieza was at that time in the series, I think that was pretty good, you know, that they didn't die. However, Raditz's more cautious nature in comparison to other Saiyans made him aware of the fact that he kinda likes living, so he knows where to draw the line and just wait for Goku to show up, his brother, and just finish everything off. As Frieza and Goku fight, Vegeta and Raditz are just left there stunned. They are thinking that this tyrant that has been ruling over their lives for pretty much all of it might possibly be defeated on this day by a low-class Saiyan of all things. From Raditz's point of view, this is absolutely fantastic. He knew that one day a low-class Saiyan would rise above his caste and actually then show all those Saiyan elites, those stupid Saiyan elites, who is really strong. As for Vegeta, he's still kinda smarting at the fact that it's going to be Kakarot who finishes the job. Vegeta is telegraphing his feelings to everyone within earshot.
Exactly.
I can't believe it! A low-class warrior beating me!
I loved that so much.
You know, just angry noises. Raditz turns around and smacks Vegeta and calls
How
him
a low class,
He's
in
kind of
Vegeta's
amazed by
opinion,
his own
Saiyan,
audacity in
and
the
took
heat of
down
the moment,
the
but he then regains his
Frieza, the
composure.
villain that he could never
exclaims
take
that
down.
Kakarot has transcended beyond the power of any Saiyan that has ever existed. Damn your pride, Vegeta! What I'm feeling right now is real pride. Pride for my brother. Vegeta then punches Raditz in the gut for daring to question him. Krillin then rolls his eyes and comments that they don't need another battle starting up right now. They got enough with Goku and Frieza duking it out. The fight
Krillin
between
is
Goku
one of
and
my
Frieza continues,
top
with Frieza
3
achieving
favorite characters,
50% of his power,
especially in
and Goku starting to look a
DBZA.
little
He's my
desperate. Frieza is
number 1
cursing
favorite
Goku
character.
quite convincingly
But top
and
3
viciously.
in
Vegeta is feeling quite
the
vindicated.
Z Saga.
So much for the fight of a low-class warrior. Let's just see how Frieza takes up against a Saiyan elite. He then spots that Raditz still has his tail. He then turns to Raditz quickly as Raditz is watching the fight unfold. He then shouts to Raditz that he still has his tail. Raditz then snaps out of his trance and states to Vegeta that yes, indeed, he still does have his tail. Why doesn't he just change into the Great Ape and then try and help his brother? The power multiplier that it incurs should do something to Frieza. Raditz is shocked as he looks at his tail, which is quivering in a mixture of fear and tension. It's true, his power would be greater than it currently is if he were to transform right now. Since Piccolo has had some time to actually be around Raditz as they were training in the Saiyan saga before Vegeta and Nappa showed up, he's begun to understand how the Great Ape power works. He knows about the multiplier. Piccolo is shrewd about that. Piccolo then states, as he often did in early Dragon Ball Z, that even if Raditz were to transform, it wouldn't be strong enough to defeat Frieza. Raditz turns around sadly and he looks dejected. He knew about that all along, but he just didn't want someone else to say it. Vegeta scoffs at this and then just states,
I love
Raditz,
his voice and how he
useless
describes
you are.
everything.
You always will be useless. Gohan walks over to Raditz and pats him on the back, stating, well, he tried his best. Raditz thanks him quietly. Back to the fight. Goku is getting pummeled as he unleashes his Kaioken times 20. Which doesn't prove to be very effective at all against the likes
It does
of
when you
Frieza.
put blue
He
into
has
the
no
factor,
other choice than
but
to power up a spirit bomb greater than the one that he used on Earth. He needs time to charge it though. And this is where Raditz comes into play. If Raditz were to just wade into the battle just like a normal fight and help Goku in his grade 8 form, that really wouldn't make much sense because he'd just get himself injured or killed. But now, though, this is where he could be useful. Raditz is weighing up the options, and he then shouts to Vegeta to
he can be
activate
brought
the
back
Power
again.
Ball option, which is what Saiyans often did if they invaded a planet that didn't have a moon, so that he could then become a grade 8. As Frieza is distracted by Goku, Vegeta launches the ball, and Raditz begins to feel the effects of the transformation. He can feel it course through his
I wish I
veins,
could have
his
seen
body
grade
getting
8
bigger,
Raditz
hairier,
in the
and
original
more
series.
monkey.
That'd have been so
Sure
cool.
enough, Raditz transforms into his grade 8 form and lets out a huge roar as Piccolo then uses that as a battle cry, and he charges in to help Goku as well. He lands a kick on Frieza's head, sending him flying, and this gives Goku a little bit of time to charge the ball. And it also provides Raditz the opportunity to jump the Emperor. As Frieza flies out of the water, Raditz grabs onto him tightly. He tightens his grip as much as he can, but he can't quite hold him. It's enough for Frieza to get caught up with fighting Piccolo and Raditz, just bickering between them all, and Goku's just over there, charging the ball much more effectively than he did in the anime. Is Vegeta helping? No,
Kinda
he's just
makes
crossing
sense.
his arms indignantly, as he often does on the show. You know, that pose. Krillin wants to chew Vegeta out for not helping, but he knows better. He doesn't quite have the chutzpah to actually tell Vegeta off. Piccolo and Raditz are, of course,
I should have
no
drank
match for
12 doing
Frieza,
this.
but it's still an effective diversionary tactic. It was worth doing, and come on, it's Frieza fighting a really giant monkey. That would have looked awesome.
It
The whole
would
point of
have.
these what
That
ifs
would have been
is to make
awesome.
them
Why didn't we get to see
entertaining
that?
as well as
For that
factually
matter,
accurate.
can anyone tell
Goku
me
successfully
why
launches the
Vegeta's
Spirit
tail
Bomb,
never grew
and
back?
it engulfs Frieza,
What happened
sending
with
him
that? I
down
never
into the
understood
ocean
that.
like it does in the anime. Vegeta, actually surprised this whole thing worked, negates the Powerball. It disappears, and Raditz turns back to normal. Everyone gathers around Goku as they pull him out of the water. Raditz goes over to Vegeta with a huge smirk of satisfaction. Oh look, it's Vegeta! Tell me, what hole did you crawl out of? Vegeta just ignores this and turns away. As the gang are congratulating themselves, Frieza then reappears and aims a death beam directly at Goku. Raditz quickly turns around and jumps in front of his brother, taking the blast in the shoulder, and collapses, barely alive. Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill him. He's just gonna be out for the count for a little bit. After this first death beam, Frieza
Why?
then launches
There's Dragon
another
Balls.
death beam within
Okay.
milliseconds of the first one at Piccolo, like in the anime. He too falls down unconscious. Frieza then does the same thing that he does to Krillin in the shows.
I love that part in
The
DBZA.
tyrant then spots Vegeta scowling and huffing in the distance. And
Krillin
goes,
screaming
"Oh,
like
it's
that in
Vegeta,
DBZA as
good
he's
to
flying
see
through
you.
the
I
air."
almost forgot you were here, but oh, don't worry, you won't be in a moment. As this is going on, Goku is absolutely livid. He is twitching and quivering with fury. This catches Frieza's attention, and Goku transforms into the legendary Super Saiyan, like in the original timeline. Vegeta, now having witnessed an actual Super Saiyan before his very eyes, is both stunned and furious. What? How? Kakarot, the legendary Super Saiyan? It should have been me! I was the legendary Super Saiyan!
He
Blah, blah,
sounds
blah,
like
blah,
Vegeta
blah.
would.
He is kind of impressed, though. He just doesn't want anyone else to know that. Before he can process this anymore, Goku barks out to Vegeta and Gohan to take Piccolo and Raditz, find Bulma, get the ship, and get out of here. Gohan complies quite willingly, but Vegeta is reluctant. Goku, instead of saying anything, gives Vegeta the look that he gives Frieza in the original show. And you know
Ooh.
how badass that look looks. Yeah, Vegeta kind of crumbles and complies along with Gohan. The fight between Goku and Frieza happens just like it does in the regular story. It all ends up thanks to the resurrection of Guru and everyone else killed by Frieza and his men, with everyone except Goku and Frieza being teleported off Namek and onto Earth. They can just leave the two powerhouses to duke it out as the planet blows up. Meanwhile, Raditz and Piccolo are healed by a now revived Dende. Raditz would then walk over to
Super Kami
Vegeta and just
Dende.
stare at him with a mix of satisfaction and contempt. Vegeta, again, ignores this. He doesn't have to take any of this. For the rest of this arc, things tend to stay the same as they do in the regular series. Goku refuses to return to Earth. Vegeta then goes off into space to try and train and find Kakarot so he too can become a Super Saiyan. And the Namekians create a new planet Namek and cart themselves off to it further down the line. There is no Garlic Jr. saga. And moving on. A year and a half has passed since the destruction of the
Why
original
no
planet,
Garlic
and
Jr.?
the
That was
characters
funny in
Dragon Ball Z have
DBZA.
begun to restore a sense of normality within the group. Since Goku's taking his time in the whole returning shtick, Vegeta then returns to Earth, having not found Goku, and then just takes solace at Capsule Corp. And thusly, his relationship with Bulma begins. What about Raditz, though? Well, in this whole scenario, I believe another character could be reintroduced. Launch. Launch Masako? Yeah, well, why not? What else is she doing in the series past the Saiyan saga? I mean, nothing, so it can't hurt. Sure, she did have a little thing with Ten Shinhan, but Toriyama, in an interview that he did in 2013, ultimately stated that it didn't work out between them. He flat out said that Ten Shinhan wasn't interested in a romantic relationship, so where do you go from there?
A romantic relationship
I
with
say that
women.
instead of Ten Shinhan, she shacks up with Raditz. Well, I believe it has something to do with the fact that it all started back in the Saiyan saga. As Raditz was training with Gohan and Piccolo, he would have spent some time around Kame House, where Launch lives currently. He might have been privy
But
to
she
Launch's
wasn't in
outbursts
the
and
Z
found them
saga
fascinating.
because
He might have even been
Toriyama forgot
mesmerized and
about
just
her.
endeared and fell in love with her right there and then. He would have been amazed by her strength and feistiness.
He even
After
admitted
all,
he
this
forgot
is
about
what
her.
drew Goku partly to Chi-Chi and Vegeta to Bulma. Strong women. Of course their femininity, but most importantly, their strength in character and their literal strength. I feel that once Raditz could have some time to settle down and, not die, he and Launch would have connected.
I love that
Launch would have
scene
been
with little
endeared to Raditz
Goku and
because
Launch
he was slightly
in bed,
different
and she
to Goku,
sneezed and
but a
changed,
lot different
and
to Vegeta. He
Roshi
was
tried
kinda
to
like
get
a
her
happy
out of the bed,
medium, and when she was in her
Goku out of the
mom
bed
form,
before they both
Raditz
got
would actually
shot.
stand up to her, which is something that she wouldn't have expected, and might
When
have turned her on.
DBZ
And I think he
or
would have been
Dragon
turned
Ball.
on quite similarly. So before Trunks arrives, I believe that relationship will have hit its honeymoon period. They would have been very much in love. It'll become more potent later on, just you wait. So we get to the point where Mecha Frieza finds Earth and is about to blow it up. Trunks then arrives and does his thing in turning Frieza into chopped liver, including his actual liver. I think Raditz would have probably had a conversation with Trunks. Nothing earth-shattering, just stating that, oh, he's Goku's brother, and then Trunks said, oh, I didn't know he had a brother. That kind of whole thing. It would have been a nice little discourse to pass the time. Once Goku and Trunks have had their chat and the Hero of Time then heads off back to the future, the gang then have 3 years to prepare for the artificial humans before they arrive. As I said a little earlier, these 3 years will be quite fruitful and productive for the long-haired Saiyan. Now that Raditz has some proper time
Are we gonna
to
see
get
Super Saiyan
reacquainted with
Raditz
his
in this one
brother,
or no?
I believe that Raditz would have trained with Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan in the 3 years leading up to the ultimate confrontation.
Makes sense.
What also happens in those 3 years is that Raditz and Launch get married. It's a wonderful ceremony, with anything that could start off a sneezing fit conveniently and professionally removed. No pepper or pollen-soaked flowers to be seen. Where would they live? I'm guessing probably close to Goku and Chi-Chi, just so that he and his brother can get some time together. Good Launch would quite like this simple life, just hanging out and talking with Chi-Chi and just being able to just relax, not do any heavy lifting or activities. And Blonde Launch, I think, would have been okay with it, because they would have had a car, Raditz could fly, they could just cart themselves off to the city to have a good time. She won't be picky, just so long as Raditz takes her to a good bar so they can have a good drink. Would they have a kid? Oh yeah, I think so. But what would their name be? I don't really know. I'll leave that to you guys.
Ronch?
What do you think the son or daughter of Raditz and Launch could be called? Leave a comment below, and I'll pick either the
Raditz?
highest voted or my personal favourite name to be selected for the upcoming parts. I'll also leave a poll up top asking whether their child is a boy or a girl.
Oh,
Your
wait,
call,
that's-
chums. As for the actual training, I think it will go rather well. With another fighter who is just as strong, if not stronger, than Piccolo or Vegeta, Raditz would prove quite useful in Goku's training. It's all thanks to that Death Beam Zenkai boost that Raditz suffered alongside Piccolo. That would have helped him greatly.
Oh, that's
Vegeta
true.
wouldn't have had that, so Raditz would have had a head start in this saga. As a result, everyone would benefit from Goku and Raditz's presence. Would Raditz go Super Saiyan? Oh yeah,
Please.
he has the power to do it now, but it would still take a lot of training. Raditz would also have to relive all the trauma that he had suppressed during his time in the Frieza Force. I think all that horror, upheaval, bloodshed, fear, anger...
Oh, yeah, that's right. That
have been
would make
enough
him...
for Raditz to transform into a Super Saiyan. It would have been emotionally painful as well as physically painful, but I think Raditz would have come out the other end stronger for it. So there we go. Part 3 of the What If Raditz Turned Good adventure.
Okay, that was
Will there
awesome.
Be a part 4?
Please.
Probably. It's all down to you. Would you like to see another part? Vote in the
I'll
poll
be
up
reacting
top
to
and have
that
your
next.
say. I thought this part was pretty fun. We got to see Raditz.
I just wanted to get this out for you guys because I know it's been a while, but I've been having to take care of my grandmother about 24/7. So, but I hope y'all enjoy this, and I will do what I can to get another one out as soon as I can.
You would have liked to have seen, or I might have missed? Leave a comment below, and let's get this discussion going. Anyway,
tell me, what was your favorite part of this whole up to the part 3?
Catch you later.
And I just love reacting to this for y'all, and I'm glad for all the support I'm getting from y'all. So, until next time, let me know what you guys want, and if I have any new people watching this, subscribe, please, and thank you.